What's up, y'all? It's your boy eBay Fight Predictions in the building, and this is your Geoff Neal versus Shavkat Rakhmonov breakdown. I am a big fan of Shavkat Rakhmonov. I think Shavkat Rakhmonov is probably one of the better prospects of this division. I honestly think he has so much potential, really good grappling. I like his almost like his Dutch style of kickboxing, and I just like everything he brings to the table. Really long, really big for the division. And man, this fight against Geoff Neal is a legitimate fight. Geoff Neal is also would I call him a prospect? I would just call him a contender that was a prospect that has really come to his own, I feel like, in his last fight. So this is a real chance for both guys to define themselves and a real chance to really let everyone know they're here and they're here to stay. And I love this fight. I really do love this fight. Geoff Neal, obviously ranked number 7, and Shavkat's number 10. So cool little spot there for them. Geoff Neal comes to the record 15-4. He's fighting out of Dallas, Texas, age 32, a height of 5'11", and a reach of 75.0. My bad. Shavkat Rakhmonov comes to the record of 16-0, undefeated. He's fighting out of Florida, but he's from Kazakhstan. Age 28, a height of 6'1", and a reach of 77.0. So obviously, Mr. Shavkat will be coming with the reach advantage, and he's a little taller. He's just a little bigger overall. But in terms of the matchup, man, I love the matchup. Geoff Neal has some of the best hands in the division, I feel like. When you really look at it in terms of boxing, he really has some nice hands. He's shown it against Vicente Luque. I would say who has the best hands in the division? That's such a hard one. You could go Wonder Boy. Obviously Jorge's always won. Jack Della Maddalena's won. But Geoff Neal's up there, man. He really is up there. Has some of the best hands in the division. And I just loved what he did to Vicente Luque. It was a masterclass of a performance. But I don't think Shavkat's going to fight like how Vicente Luque fought, in my opinion. So that's just my opinion. But obviously Shavkat is probably more well-rounded than Geoff Neal. He brings more of a grappling aspect to his game, and he's just a zombie. If you really watch him his older fights back in the day, man, the guy, he'll get dropped and come back, and he just knows how to win fucking fights, you know? And I think it's impressive. I really do think it's impressive. But yeah, so obviously Shavkat's gonna come with the longer arms and the longer frame and just the longer body. But in terms of background and resume, I mean, Shavkat, he obviously has the Magny fight. That's his defining fight. But he's fought Alex Oliveira, Michel Perez, Carlston Harris. And in those 3 fights, man, he just showed such dominance. He dealt with no adversity in any of his fights. Even the Magny fight was just a fucking cakewalk for him. Against Oliveira, he was able to get the guillotine choke with the quickness. Against Michel Perez, he made Perez look small, like a midget. Carlston Harris was a destruction, spinning heel hook, and then fucking brutal ground and pound. And then the Magny fight, I thought Magny fought really dumb. I'm not gonna lie. I watched that fight. I thought Magny looked horrible in there. I don't know how else to say. He looked really bad, and I don't know if I can even talk about that fight, But yeah, he would trip himself up, and it was weird. It was a weird fight for Magny. You really didn't see much out of Shavkat, but they do have that in common. They both fought Neil Magny, and obviously Neil Magny did beat Geoff Neal. But Geoff Neal, he's an interesting guy. I mean, he's fought some really good guys. Honestly, when I got aware of him it was the Frank Camacho fight, and he killed Frank Camacho, murdered him. He has a win over Bilal Muhammad, which is aged fucking beautifully. Beat Nico Price, beat Mike Perry, and at this moment, fucking Geoff Neal had all the hype in the world, and I was not sold on it. When I saw the Nico Price fight, I felt like I saw so many holes in his game. He got hurt. He got hurt in so many areas. He showed some kind of bad gas issues. I felt like he had a bad gas tank when I saw that fight. And I just felt like if anyone can stick and move, get out of the way of the power shots, and really attack his body, they could beat him. They could outpoint him, and they could outwork him, right? And against Mike Perry, he proved me wrong. I thought Mike was going to beat him, and he just killed Mike Perry. But against Stephen Thompson, I told everyone, this guy's going to lose to Stephen Thompson. And he was supposed to fight Neil Magny, and I was going to pick Neil Magny to beat him because Neil Magny has good cardio, he has good output, and he can stick and move at a decent level, right? And but Stephen Thompson kind of completely exposed him. But Magny made him look bad. Magny was able to control him in the clinch, was able to outwork him at range, and he just had so much success against him. And he just looked bad in there. He just looked really, really bad. And I felt like he finally kind of got exposed. I remember everyone was trying to call him this dark horse of the division. And I was like, shut up. He's not that guy. He never was that guy. And then he fought Ponzinibbio, which I'm a big Ponzi fan. You guys know that. But I thought Ponzi lost. It was a very close fight, but I actually gave the edge to Geoff Neal in that one. They were going back and forth. It was a good fight, though. It was a good fight. And then against Vicente Luque, that's when the dark horse showed up. That's when Geoff Neal was the guy that everyone said he was supposed to be. This Vicente Luque performance, oh my God, the shot selection, the cross. He was landing that right hand at will. He was doubling it up. He was boxing up Vicente Luque for that whole fight. Now, in the second round, though, even though he did drop Vicente Luque a lot in the first round, in the second round, I thought Luque won that with the output and the work rate. And I thought it looked like Geoff Neal was kind of slowing down. It looked like that Geoff Neal and the Nico Price fight. The guy was showing his true colors again. And then he fucking goes out there and just demolishes Luque in that third round and looked amazing. And that's what makes this fight so interesting, because if Geoff Neal coming off the Ponzinibbio fight was to fight Shavkat Rakhmonov, I would have said Shavkat fucking molested him. He's gonna rape him, you know? That's what that's what I would say. But looking at the guy I saw fight Vicente Luque and Geoff Neal, I'm just like, man, this is a lot tougher of a fight than a lot of people are giving it credit for. And let's not forget, Shavkat and Vicente Luque are teammates. They both train at Kill Cliff, and they both have that Henry Hoof style. And Geoff Neal was really able to expose that, you know, because if you look at these Henry Hoof guys, they're very left hook heavy. Look at Gilbert Burns, Luque, even sometimes Michael Chandler. They like throwing that power left hook. And Geoff Neal was able to expose it by, you know, just circling to his right, getting outside of the lead foot of Luque, if you look at the footwork, and was able to land power shots in the outside, and was able to counter off of that left hook from Luque. And obviously obviously Shavkat doesn't necessarily fight like that, but he has that style. He will fight like that. And he can do that. And Geoff Neal could hurt him on the feet. I could see it. But I just think the clinch work is going to be something that's going to be big here. I think at range, I think Shavkat's going to win that first round. I think he's going to throw some jabs. I think he's some teep kicks, some body kicks. He's going to go forward. He's going to use his length. But in that second round, that third round, I think he clinches up Geoff Neal. I think he takes him down a few times. I think he really wears on Geoff Neal, and he breaks Geoff Neal. And he doesn't let Geoff Neal fucking go around the octagon. I think he cuts off the cage, and I think he fucking maliciously breaks down Geoff Neal from round to round, and I think he breaks him in that third, and I think he either gets a submission victory over Geoff Neal or a ground and pound. But I'm gonna say he submits Geoff Neal in the third round. I think he beats Geoff Neal. I think just the range and the length and his ability to level change is just going to be too much for Geoff Neal. I just think that's the problem going into this matchup. Even though Geoff Neal has all the tools to hurt him, he does. And we've seen Shavkat get hurt and one thing about Shavkat I don't like, he doesn't move his head. Again, Henry Hoof style. You know, just a very, hands up high, kind of lead leg light, and just kind of goes forward, and you're always kind of looking for that, left hook, and that's what those guys do. They throw that kick. They're all about the basics. But I would say their guys are notoriously known for bad head movement. All of them, right? Look at Gilbert Burns, Michael Chandler, Vicente Luque. All of them try to be tough guys. They get hit a lot, right? And they don't move their head the best. They don't have the greatest head movement. And you can just see it. And Shavkat has that issue. And Shavkat came with that issue to Kill Cliff. And I know they've made that issue even probably worse training with Henry Hoof. Even though I love Henry Hoof. I think Henry Hoof has some of the best offensive striking techniques in MMA right now. I think his offensive striking repertoire is really good. I think everyone should kind of fight like that. They should use the basics, the 1-2, the 1-2-3, the leg kick, the body kick, all the basic stuff at a high level. But defense is also important. And you can see Geoff Neal, he's slick when his defensive and offensive striking. He knows how to slip and rip. He knows how to get out the way and then attack you, hit you and not get hit, you know? So those are things that Shavkat's going to have to worry about. But I just feel like if this fight gets to the clinch or gets to the ground, I think Shavkat wins this fight no matter what. So I'm rocking with Shavkat by third round submission. I think Shavkat will break him down and end up finishing him in the third round. But hope you guys enjoyed the breakdown. Love y'all and goodbye. It's your boy eBay and I'm out of here.